Right. Hi, my name is Dean, and today we're going to be exploring Google Classroom. I decided to do a screen record and voiceover instead of a slide just because I felt like it was more conducive learning style, so I hope that's all right. If not, I'll figure it out and we'll do it over. But hopefully we won't have to do that. So let's start off with the home screen. Now, I already created the account. It's really easy to do. All you have to do is go Google Classroom, and then the first thing that pops up is what you'll click on, and then it'll ask you if you want to create one. So I created one with my private account over here, and set it up in the style of an AP Lit classroom because that's what I want to teach. So let's start exploring these different pieces of how we can use this in a classroom. So here's the title, and where you can put your period or your hour and the classroom title, as well as the class code for students to be able to use the service. If you click here, then the code will be displayed. If you have a projector, you could project it on the screen of your classroom, so that way it's easier for students to join. You can also select the theme, so that's this picture back here. I chose books because it is an English classroom, but there are also other ones, as we can see. But more onto the tools and how you can use this. There are a whole bunch of little dividers up here. So stream is what we're on right now. This is the home page. And then you have classwork, where you can assign work. You have people, which essentially gives you how many people are in your class. And then there are grades. So let's start with the home page. If we go down here, we can see that in the corner, there is an upcoming tab, and it will show the assignments that are due in your class at that time. So that way every student is able to sort of figure out what they need to do and when they need to do it, so it doesn't get lost and they don't have to look for that information. It's just right there. This is a tool for teachers to use. If we go over to the right of the upcoming tab, we'll see right here where you can share information with your class. So you can set it for whichever period you need. Right now I only have one made, so it's only going to say AP Lit first period. And then you can decide to send a message to all students or particular students through the drop-down menu.
I would like to cry.
So, after you've figured out what you need to do, then you can go down here and you can share any information with your class. So I could say, "Hey all," exclamation point. Remember that your projects are due in class at the end of the week. Of the week. And that if you need extra time, I am available every day after school. And then you can post that information. So you can post it now, or you can schedule to post it at a certain time, or you can even save your draft if you just had an incomplete thought. You can also add files to this. So let's say that you needed to put a PDF or a picture up on your a home page, then you'd be able to do that through the little clip tab in the corner. So let's just post this, and then it shows up right there. Classmates and students alike can choose to add class comments at the bottom, which is super important because let's say you skipped over something or you missed something or anyone has a question, you're able to get to them at any time. Like, they don't have to wait until the next day to ask you. So I think that's pretty important. If we go over here to the upper hand corner, that little 3-barred box, you'll see classes, calendar, to do, and settings. So this is where you can see how many classes you have, and also you can have your own little calendar that says everything that you need to do, as well as a to-do list, and then a list of your classes. Like I said, I only made one. And then the settings, and that's super cool. You know, that is what that is. So let's go into the classwork section. Everything else is going to be pretty quick from here. So creating classwork, you can create the assignments and questions. You can also use topics to organize the classwork into modules or units, and you can order the work the way you want students to see it, aka everything you see on this page. So through here, and this is really nifty because Google Classroom is a Google service, is that you're able to use any other Google thing, right? So you can use Google Slides, Google Docs, all of those things, which is really important to use. So you can do that here. You can create an assignment. It will give you this drop-down box that gives you all of your things, which is very nice because it's all right there. This is very user-friendly, I would have to say, just because everything is so easily accessible to you as a teacher. So over here, you have a little box that will take you to your Google Calendar. It'll open in a new tab, and then you'll be able to see it, which is super awesome because then you'll be able to like put down your assignments and all this good stuff. So let's add one for Valentine's Day, and you can put like classroom party, and it'll allow you to change the time and the date, even location, and you can also modify the event and invite others. So when you invite others, you can add all of your students there. Okay, so then let's go over to the class drive folder. This is nice because it will essentially open up a Google Drive for your classroom in specific. So let's say that like you have an online book, or you have something that needs to be accessed all the time, then putting it on your front page wouldn't necessarily be the right way to go about it, because then students would have to scroll all the way down to find it. Here, you can put any sort of long-term assignment, or really any assignment at all, or any resources on your page, and it can be easily accessible to your students, which is very nice. Over here on this tab, the People tab, you'll see teachers, so your students will have easy access to you, like anytime they need you. You can also add teachers, so let's say that this is a dual teaching program or something, that would come in handy there. You can add students if the student doesn't have the code that's on the front page. It's very, very easy. It's very, very user-friendly. This can be used to take attendance. It can also be used to gauge who's doing what, if they've submitted something. It's very nice. And then here are the grades. So usually classes in schools already have a grading system that they use, but this could be very friendly to students because they're able to access their grades at any point in time. They can see what they need to work on, they can see what they haven't done yet, they can see what they might need to redo. So overall, it helps them, and it also helps you as a teacher because they're not always asking you questions about it. They're not asking you, like, what did you get on this? What did I get on that? They just look it up themselves and they see what they need to do from there, which is really nice. All right, and that would be all of the tabs, all of the things that you need to know about Google Classroom. Thank you so much, and I hope you had a great time listening to me talk about this.